The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, that's NNPCL, has confirmed that the new Port Harcourt refinery is now 90% complete. This was disclosed by the Executive Vice President, Downstream, of NNPCL during a tour of the refinery by Nigeria's labor union leaders in Port Harcourt. Helen Osamede-Ekins reports.
The announcement that the old Port Harcourt refinery is back in operation has stirred mixed reactions, with many questioning the validity of government claims. To address these concerns, leaders of Nigerian labor unions alongside NNPC management visited the refinery to assess its operations. During the visit, the delegation confirmed that the refinery is operational and called on government to implement measures to prevent it from falling into shutting down again.
One area is already in operation, and you went on this tour with us that the new one is still under construction.
Re-engineering of the entire process, you could say that we have a relatively new refinery today because when you see an engineering process whereby you are having new compressors, you are having new turbines, literally all the pumps are new and a lot of the lines were changed.
The delegation also inspected the new refinery, where the Executive Vice President, Downstream, informed them that the project is now 90% complete.
From the reports they sent us, they are up to over 90% completed, and we will deal with that as soon as possible.
Union leaders expressed concerns over suggestions to privatize the refinery upon its completion. Instead, they urged the federal government to adopt the Nigerian liquefied natural gas ownership model.
The analogy model should be adopted in running, this refinery, and not a wholesale at all.
Given the sensitive nature of the product that comes out from here, Nigerians can't afford to see that. However, from those of us from labor, if there's any attempt to scrap it, because what they do is to scrap it. As we talk today, they have not privatized NITER, but they scrapped it.
Under the NLNG model, the federal government of Nigeria through NNPC holds a 49% equity stake, while international oil companies collectively own 51%, ensuring shared management and operational efficiency.
With the level of work done so far in this old refinery, all eyes are now on the NNPC on how soon they can get the Warri, Kaduna and the new Port Harcourt refinery up and running. Helen Osamede-Ekins, TVC News, Port Harcourt.
The Petroleum Product Retail Outlet Owners Association of Nigeria has extended commendations to the management of the NNPCL for the planned shipment of its first cargo to the international market. In a statement, the national president of Petroleum, Billy Gillis-Harry, said he is confident that the commencement of international trade by exportation of refined petroleum products from Nigeria will stimulate Nigeria's economic growth, reduce inflation index, and contribute significantly to the GDP. The National Public Relations Officer, Petroleum, Joseph Obele, joins me on the news for more updates. Good to have you join us.
Thank you for having me.
So we see that Petroleum has commended the NNPCL for the exportation move, of oil. But for a lot of Nigerians, I think the first question, on their minds would be, where are we in terms of energy supply within the country?
I think at the moment, we are very close to the point of celebration, and we're on the journey towards that very point. And so the point we are now, it should be commendable, because a few months before now, we weren't at the very big point we are right now. So it's a very good achievement so far, reviving the old Port Harcourt refinery that has been dormant since 26, 27 years ago. So the position of Petron is the fact that we appreciate the point we are now, that we have a situation where marketers can choose the option between refinery A and refinery B, as against the status of monopoly it was 3 weeks ago. So the point we are now, Petron appreciate the point we are, having commenced production at the Port Harcourt refinery.
And interesting, you mentioned marketers. We understand that Ipman might be lifting petrol from the Port Harcourt refinery this week. But Petroleum has an agreement to lift directly from the Dangote refinery. Do you have the same agreement, or are you looking at the same agreement with the NNPCL for the Port Harcourt refinery?
We had a series of meetings with the management of NNPCL Retail Limited, and they have assured us that they will be rolling out a template for, at the moment, the portal for Port Harcourt refinery depot is not reflecting on their buying portal at this very moment. We have the Port Harcourt PDO, Ogara PDO, Warri PDO, and Lagos PDO. But the Port Harcourt refinery has not reflected at the moment. So whoever is telling you that you'll be buying in the next few days from Port Harcourt refinery, the person is not being realistic. But I think the management of NNPCL Retail Limited will be sorting out all the issues the next 1 or 2 days.
Well, we'll hope that, I wish we could talk about how soon you can begin to lift petrol, but a lot to watch out for in the coming days. Thank you so much for your time. Joseph Obili, pleasure to have you on.
Thank you for having me.